Okay, so now let's finish up with the last piece here. I'm just gonna remove these nodes that were relevant that were regarding the lattice experience that we made. Just gonna hit delete, and I'm gonna hit spacebar 3, and this is the piece that we want. It's gonna be intersecting the stick that we have so far, and this is not complicated to create. Let's start with the tube. Let's type tube. I'll just adjust the radius for now with something random, 0.01, 0.01, and the height maybe 0.02. As before, we'll use the expression to compensate for the height and make sure that the base is actually at the origin. If we turn on the grid, you should see that we aligned this previously to make sure that this was at the base. So we just need to come here, copy the height, and here on the center, base relative references, and divide by 2. Great, so now we adjust this. I'm going to start from the bottom. We adjust the radius here. I'm going to adjust the radius there first, so this, and then this, and the height is a bit too much. We'll start there. Probably need to lower this a bit. Yeah, something like this. Let's make this a polygon, Shift W, just so we can see the topology here on the columns. Back to 64. So there's a small indentation. There's a small extrusion here. Spacebar 1 to go back to 3D view. And I'm gonna just make sure we apply some caps. Let's hit half so we frame on the object that we have, and I'll type S, select the top, and hit C, model polygons, poly extrude, and let's use the inset here to give it a bit of a. We also have a bit of an extrude there, very small, and a very small inset as well. Maybe 2 here. Yeah, I think this is good. I'll hit Q to apply another poly extrude, and on this one I'm going to use the inset, something like this. Hit Q again. Now I'm just going to pull up, hit Q, and then inset a negative value, and then hit Q again and use this, something like this, bit of an inset as well. Yeah, I think we're not that far. Maybe the inset is a bit too much. Maybe 5. Yep. Looks good. And we'll keep this. I also tend to prefer to have, I'm going to select, hit escape, select this face, hit S, and make sure to select both. And I'll apply just a final poly extrude just to inset these, just so that we have some good topology here when we apply the bevel. Yeah, so this is looking good. Now, as you can see here, we will need to have kind of a hole, a rectangular hole here, so that we can pass the leather strap in there. And we'll check. Let's check the side view. So this is the side view. This is where we're going to be drawing the strap, but on the front view, we should have the width that we need. I'll hit escape, and let's do a boolean to create that hole here. I'm gonna actually put ourselves on the side view so we can check the height. And for that boolean, we're just gonna be using a box. I'm gonna template this and select the box. Let's say we have a size of, we know the height is going to be fairly small, so maybe 0.05. And here it's, doesn't really matter how long it is here, but 0.1 should be enough. And here the size, let's put ourselves on a side view, spacebar 1. And here we're probably going to need something like 0.1, 0.01. Something like this should do it. I'll adjust it. I'll eyeball it, the position for this. I'm not going to go into anything fancy in terms of positioning this. Let me just make sure we have enough width. I'm going to do a bit wider than the strip, a bit wider than the leather strap. And let's pull this up. So we'll go with this. Let's make sure we have normals on both. I pressed Alt and clicked and dragged with Alt pressed just to create a copy. And we'll type Boolean. And we're going to be wanting to subtract this from this. There it is. Look, looks good. Yeah, I think it looks good. Let's, this is probably too close to the top. So I'm going to actually bring it down a bit. Yeah, let's put it there instead. So we have this, and we can try our poly bevel. Ignore flat edges. Let's make this like 30 or something. Round this, as usual, 3, and the distance is going to be 0.0003. Really very small. Shift W. Let's add some new normals. Okay, we have a few issues here. We can try and improve this by adding a bit, kind of a split here. Shift W. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a bit more topology here. So before the Boolean and before this normal, let's go here. C, model polygons poly split, and I'm gonna choose edge loop. Let's say 3 loops. Yeah, and this should stabilize the topology a bit better. Yep. Shift W looks better. Yeah, so the next step is going to be for us to let's merge this. Let's make sure we also merge this with what we have so far of the hammer, which is everything's coming into this merge. So let's grab this. Let's grab this as well. Let's have a look. Final results. Hide the references. Yep, it's looking good.